What things are frowned upon for no obvious reason? Going out alone. Anywhere. Park, cinema, restaurants. My friends and relatives think I'm weird, but I just want to have some good time with nobody I know around. Getting the cheapest bottle of wine on the menu. Talking about your salary. Frowned upon, and people think you aren't supposed to do it, but that's just the man trying to keep your pay as low as possible. An adult man watching cartoons intended for children. Wearing a hat indoors. Not wanting to be social. Declining invitations. Adult men interacting with young girls in completely harmless ways. Calling out sick when you're actually sick, especially when it's more than one day. Criticism of your elders. Men watching their own children. We usually get the "oh, babysitting today, are we?" No, Karen. I'm doing what a parent is supposed to do and taking care of my kids. Maybe if you'd pay a bit more attention to your demon spawn, it wouldn't be trying to choke that goose to death over there. Choosing to not have children. Confidently being quiet/silent. Pointless table manners like no elbows on the table, or always pass the port to the left, or no scooping up food with a fork. WTF not. My daughter wearing just her diaper when it's summer. I took her out in a shirt and diaper the other day. My god, the amount of old ladies who came up to me to check on her. Not having an opinion on a subject. Men with long hair. Breastfeeding in public. If it offends you, don't look at it. Sleeping in on free days. A 17-year-old dating an 18-year-old. Question mark? My cousin got grounded because they were dating an 18-year-old. This person was 17 and my cousin had been dating the other person for over 2 years. Now it was inappropriate because the 18-year-old could be a predator. My cousin was only about a week younger than the 18-year-old. The weird thing is they actually liked their boyfriend. But they magically turned into a predator because they were now 18. I'm still salty years later about this because I was invited to celebrate their 18th birthday, but their parents turned me away because, in their words, my daughter was dating a sexual predator and I don't trust her around men. This was my cousin, and I was 12 years old at the time. Question mark? Masturbation. It's completely normal. Spending time by yourself that is intentionally non-productive. How people dress, particularly women. A short skirt and she's now a "whore" for some strange reason. Being a short man. Going to the movies on your own. Nuclear power. Guys who take care of themselves when it comes to hygiene and self-care. Like's wrong for not wanting to be crusty. Choosing not to get married and/or have children. There are more than enough people in the world who do a great job of reproducing and getting divorced to do all the heavy lifting for me. Homosexuality. Why the F*** would I waste my time worrying about where someone else is putting their penis or mouth? For the life of me, all the time I've been here, I've never been able to figure out why is it anyone else's business? People not wanting to enter a relationship and/or have children. Nudity. Oh no, how dare you have a body the way we are born and how we are naturally so yucky. Defending yourself after being hit multiple times by a woman. Not allowing somebody's brat to have your stuff. I collect stuffed animals and old toys from my childhood and today. Some people get upset when they're spoiled. Overindulged ***** trophies want something from my collection and I say no. I give them directions to Target, Walmart, the dollar store, Disney, and Universal if their kid wants a toy. Yawning during a conversation. As long as you cover your mouth and don't yawn loudly, I don't see why it's considered rude. The person yawning probably doesn't find you boring, they just be tired. Elbows on the table. I come from a country where shoes are viewed more of an option. I've been to countless places, including malls, supermarkets, gas stations, and no one cares. When growing up we were encouraged to use our bare feet and most toddlers I know can run on gravel or stones. In places like America that's a bad thing and I just don't know why. Women who like sex. People who choose to sleep late. My mum thinks it's some kind of reflection of bad moral character if my younger brother who does a physical job lies in on his days off. Dandelions. They are great for bees. Provide structure to the soil to help prevent flooding, aerate and nourish the earth, and help to reduce erosion. Plus they are pretty. I do not understand the hate they get. Watching anime. Like bruh. *I**M sorry I don't watch your generic action movie or TV show about sex. Not being into hookup culture. At all. Tattoos and piercings at work. As a dude, ordering a sweet and fruity alcoholic drink. Sorry I don't like to drink isopropyl, give me my Bahama Mama, and shut up. Wearing your pajamas all day, when you aren't going anywhere like bruh do you want me to step into a suit and tie for literally nobody? If I'm gonna be in my house sleeping all day then I'm gonna look like it. Being an atheist. Being a recovered addict. There's so much stigma towards the disease of addiction and people see you as a monster when in reality you're just trying to be a better person dealing with a mental illness that overpowers you if you don't learn how to control it. Going to a movie by yourself. You literally sit there quietly watching a screen for hours. I usually catch them by myself, but people act like I'm disposing of a body when I do that. Armpit hair on women. Same-sex couples adopting children. Abortion. Going to Walmart in my assless chaps and banana costume. Like what the heck? I'm cover red mostly. Stop telling me what to do, screaming, and calling the cops. As a child I always wore a specific jacket no matter what. In the summer, I slept inside at school. You couldn't get me to take it off. I always had someone say take your jacket off, stay a while. How is it rude to wear my comfort item, man? Being single/virgin as a man. Boys liking boys. I was flabbergasted to find out that some people genuinely look down upon folks who listen to audiobooks instead of reading them. Their arguments usually go along the lines of you only listen to the book, so you haven't read it, or listening lets you do other things, so you can get distracted easier. Semantics aside, how does your reading a book count more than my listening to it? We received the same amount of information, just in a different format. The attention argument is silly too because I remember zoning out and missing the contents of an entire page while physically reading multiple times. Conversely, I can spend hours riveted to some of my favorite audiobooks and not miss a beat. And it's not like I don't like reading, used to do it all the time. These days I spend a lot of time in front of the PC either working or keeping up with several hobbies, so listening to audiobooks while doing the dishes or before going to sleep is a great way to unwind while either learning something or immersing myself into another world. It's absolutely ridiculous that some people genuinely scoff at this. By that logic, all knowledge and entertainment I got from the 600 plus audiobooks I've listened to in the past decade don't matter. How about blind people? Do their experiences matter less because they listen to audiobooks and read with their fingers instead of eyes? I'd even argue that an audiobook can be better than your internal voice sometimes, especially if the narrator is up to snuff. There are some amazingly talented narrators out there, people with acting degrees and wonderful voices that can bring any story to life with a host of distinct characters, or make a dull book worth grinding through. So to all you reading snobs, get over yourselves and be glad that audiobooks have introduced so many more people to the wonderful stories and seminal texts we all hold dear. Morbius. Saying no when people ask for a lift. I'm saying no because I don't want to be expected to give you lift anytime at all, especially when the person doesn't have their license, so you know they will never return the favor. Dancing in public while sober. Certain jobs. If you tell someone you've been a janitor for 6 years, there's a good chance their response will be a frown. Calling a non-binary person by their actual gender. Actually using your paid time offs and vacation/sick leaves